Hi, this is Linda with the Life Station Express, the relay station. We bring the news to you. And because I'm a glutton for punishment, or I just can't do something in a simple way, I said just a while ago and posted on my Food, Faith, and Friends Facebook page that I was going to make some chocolate chaffles. So I thought, gee, Linda, why don't you just video while you're doing it? So have mercy with me. This is the first time I'm making a video with this new phone, and I really like it because the screen is bigger. It's covering me, you can see all the way over to this window, to this side of the door, and I'm in the camper, so we'll see how it goes. I don't know. So anyway, I've got a recipe here for the Oreo chaffle that I wrote down, and I watched the video for making the Oreo chaffle from Serious Keto, and that is Steve from Serious Keto, and he has some wonderful recipes. He does a lot. He's got a lot of keto recipes on YouTube, and he's the guy with the voice. Everybody knows Steve as the guy with the voice, and he really does have a calming, soothing, just a very nice, deep voice. So he's kind of known as the man with the voice. But anyway, I'm going to read the ingredient list, and then I'll read the ingredient list as well for the icing, because it has a simple icing that you can put on these Oreo chaffles. The first thing is 1 egg beaten. Now I will tell you, I'm going to double this because that's not going to make enough. So 1 egg beaten, 2 tablespoons dark cocoa powder, and I don't have the dark, I have the regular, but you could get Hershey's dark, which my sister will say, yes, why would you even not get Hershey's dark? That's her favorite. Anyway, 2 tablespoons of that dark cocoa powder, 2 tablespoons of granulated sweetener, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream is my friend eating on keto. I love it. I have it with a lot of different recipes. Anyway, especially in my coffee. That is for the Oreo chaffle itself. Now here's the recipe for the icing. 2 tablespoons of cream cheese softened, which I've got to get that out. 2 tablespoons of confectioner's sweetener, and 1/4 teaspoon vanilla. So let me retrieve my cream cheese, and I think that one, make sure it's a new one because Richard gets in the cream cheese and eats it. So make sure, yeah, this isn't a brand new one. So brand new cream cheese, and this is John F. Martin and Sons brand, and I get this at our local discount store, Mark's Grocery, and it's only $1.29 for a block. So, which is 8 ounces. So that's the cream cheese that I get. It's perfectly good, a wonderful brand. So I'm glad I always have 2 or 3 of them on hand. And I will now flip my camera, and let's see if this works, to show you what my other ingredients look like. Yay, it worked. Okay, I need to back it up a little bit. Gosh, this is really close. I mean, it puts everything in the viewer, but it's really close. Okay, so you can see the baking powder is right here, and that's the non-GMO brand. It's the Rumford brand. Heavy whipping cream right here. My 2-cup Pyrex measuring cup that I'm going to make it in. I have 2 eggs, if you can see. 2 eggs. Ow. Here's the cocoa, and this is the Walmart brand, but Hershey's works fine. They both work fine. Vanilla, let's see. Vanilla, pure vanilla extract. I would never use the fake stuff. I have Lakanto monk fruit sweetener. This is the granulated, and then for the icing, I have the powdered. And some people have a little bit of trouble with erythritol. It can mess up some people's digestion, stomach. If you have a real sensitive stomach, you might want to either use less or steer clear of erythritol. Maybe use a different sweetener. My favorite, all-time favorite sweetener for any recipe or anything I'm making, especially drinks, is liquid stevia, which of course I have in my cupboard. Whoops. There we go. Sweet Leaf is my favorite brand. They also make, just so you know, a English toffee Whoops, there we go. Flavor. Oh, look how that focused. That's awesome. I love this. No artificial ingredients. That's great in coffee. Oh my goodness. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to get started. And as I put things together, I think I'm just going to work here, and I'm going to pause for a minute to get my mixer. Okay, now I called it a mixer, but actually, let me turn the camera. It is, oh, that's terrible. Too close. It's an immersion blender, and I just bought it, and I'm learning how to use that too. So we will see how this goes. All right, there's my 2-cup Pyrex measuring cup, and you could always use a bigger one, small one. I hope this is going to be big enough to mix this. So into that, I am going to put 2 eggs. Well, I shouldn't crack them on that cutting board because it's glass. All right. Now, let's see. Oh, that looks pretty good. You can see that. Okay. I'm going to mix that. And this immersion blender has a setting on it, so I'm going to put it on a lower setting and just mix the eggs. And that happens really quickly, doesn't it? All right, I'm going to lay that over here. And the next thing we need is 2 tablespoons of the cocoa powder, which I'm doubling. Remember, I'm doubling this recipe. So, egg yolk. So, I'm going to put 4 tablespoons of the cocoa powder. And again, boy, if this was the dark one, it would be really chocolatey. Okay, there's 4. And the next thing is 2 tablespoons of the granulated sweetener, and that is this one. Actually, just a second, I have that in another container just to make it easier. The other day, it's the exact same thing as this Lakanto. There we go. But I just have it in another container. So that would be, you know what, 4. I usually go a little lighter on the sweetener. I'm just going to put 3. I think that's plenty for what we're doing. I don't like things overly sweet. So I put 3 instead of 4. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. So again, that would make it a half. Again, that sounds like a lot. I'm going to do a little less than a half. Just because after making chaffles for a while, I've discovered that you don't need a whole lot of baking powder. And a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, which I will use a whole. And because I love vanilla, yeah, I'm going to use the whole thing. So here's, I hope this is showing up, guys. All right, vanilla. There we go. And let's see. 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, which doesn't sound like much, but you need it to be a little moist. So I'm going to put 2. 1 and 2. There we go. All right. And there we go. So we're going to use the immersion blender again and get this all mixed together. In the meantime, I'm going to plug in my chaffle maker so it gets hot. I wanted to show you something, if you can see. Let's see if you can see this. This is a little springy mixer that I got. I also was watching Steve from Perfect Keto make regular chaffles and the Wonder Bread chaffles, and he used one of those, so he had a link. So I went ahead and purchased that because it's wonderful. I love it. this over to the sink. Alrighty. And there's our batter. It does seem to be slightly a little runny. So I might next time just put the 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. I can always add, you know, add more if I need to. But we'll see how this goes. Let me remove some things. And as soon as the chaffle maker or waffle maker gets hot, we will go ahead and make our Oreo chaffles. Alrighty, you will know when your chaffle maker is ready when the little light on the top goes off. So the little light just went off. I use a fork to open mine just because they're hot. And there is no real fat in this recipe. So many recipes that you make, you know, the chaffles, you're eating them because you want a little bit of fat. So I'm actually going to put a little butter with just a little pastry knife, just a little bit. You can spray them, but boy, I found that spraying the chaffle maker, it just goes everywhere. So you pour it in, cover as much of the little squares as you want to. You want to not have it too full. And then you shut the lid, and we're going to wait for that chaffle to be finished. Alrighty, the light went off, and they're usually in the chaffle maker, waffle maker, which is the Dash brand. What I have, you can see it says Dash. They're about 4 minutes in there. So there, we're going to take it. Oh, it looks pretty good. And these are really soft. I mean soft. They'll harden up a little bit, but they are so soft. I hope you can see that. Oh my goodness. And smells delish. So I'm going to make a few more. Let's see how many this batch will make. Put a little butter, just a little. You don't need a lot. And when you pour your, let's see. Let me see if I can do this with my left hand. Pour it. So that one that I just made did not run over, so I was happy about that. That one, see how they're just covered, just covered. There we go. So we'll make the second one. So while that one's cooking, I went ahead and washed my, whoop, there they are, measuring cups, spoons, and the immersion blender. Where is it? There we go. I'm going to have to get better at showing things. I washed those, and the light just went off. So here we go with the second one. Just gonna lift it with the fork. My house smells like brownies. Oh my goodness. And there's the second one. They are very, very tender. Wow. Okay. See how this waffle maker stays nice and hot. Just maintains the temperature that you need. We're going to make the next one. And ooh, every time I say I need one more drop, it goes off. Oh my goodness, an ant. Okay, here we go. There's number 3. I wanted to show you really quick. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but the moisture steams off of the waffle while you're making it. You can see it over here. Over here on the one side. And the light just went off. So here we go with our 4th chocolate chaffle. Oh, that one turned out really nice. All the holes are filled. Sometimes I use a little less of the batter only because I don't want to overflow, because when your waffle maker overflows down and through, it's harder to clean. But anyway, you can see maybe a little bit. This is thickened up just a little bit, the batter, as you know, it's been sitting here. So we'll go ahead and make the next one. Pour that in there and get the right amount again. That was really pretty good, that last one. You want to fill it enough, but you don't want to overflow, which sometimes I do. Alrighty. Okay, so this recipe that I doubled actually made 6 chaffles, as you can see on the cooling rack, and that's just a cooling rack that I bought years ago from Pampered Chef, and It works beautifully with chaffles. Actually, it works wonderfully. And as you can see, look at that waffle maker. There's nothing on it. I don't even need to clean it. There's absolutely nothing on there. Using just a little brush of butter, totally took care of any, batter that would have been sticking or anything. It's totally clean. So I unplugged it, and then with your chaffle maker, and I put a paper plate under mine, especially when I make the cheesy ones, because it drips some oil, and you don't want that on your counter. There's my cucumbers. So anyway, I'm going to let that cool off right there. And any oil that may have gotten, too much, it'll just drip onto the paper plate. Also, I use the paper plate, especially when I'm making the cheesy ones, because, like I said, it can overflow. And you can just clean it up easy that way. So, now I have the cream cheese, here we go, in the same 2-cup Pyrex measuring cup that I cleaned out. And to that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the L'Encanto powdered monk fruit and erythritol blend. Sugar substitute, which I like it. My stomach doesn't mind the erythritol. Now these, 2 tablespoons is going to be way plenty. If you don't like things really sweet, and you just want a little bit of sweetness for your dessert chaffle, you don't need all that. Actually, I was going to use the immersion blender. I might just use a fork because I think it's just going to be easier. Now, the recipe calls for a 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla, so of course I'm going to put a whole half in there because I'm all about the vanilla. It's a little more. I think it's my favorite flavor if I had to pick one. So let's see. I wonder if the immersion blender will do okay with that. I don't want it to clump. I'm going to use the fork. You know what? I'm just going to see if I can do this. Just going to mix it all together. It's no big deal mixing this up. It's just, so simple and so easy. That's your icing right there. Oh, doesn't that look good? Oh my goodness. Okay. That is the icing to put on these 6 chocolate chaffles. Now I want to show you. Let's see. There's the first one I made. So it's got a little more substantial firmness to it. Now that one, because I was trying not to overflow, has a few holes in between. So that's a thinner one. And the last one I made, because I was, going through there, I really didn't want to overflow. So I'm a little easy on the, see how the back looks so pretty? So waffly. So there's the 6. And boy, I'm telling you, it smells so nice in here. So sorry, I hit the wrong. That, everyone, is my, here we go. I'm just going to hold it. Is my chaffle adventure. And really, it doesn't take much. There's not a lot of cleanup. I just washed out my measuring cup, and I use that. Actually, this was my mom's, so I love using it. I've used it ever since I got it. My mom passed away a few months ago. Ever since I got it, I've used it continually, and just makes me think of her. And I think that's everything that we need for this recipe. I hope it all went well. I see I've gone 19 minutes, so let's get this under 20 minutes. I didn't really want it to go that long, but that's how I make they're called Oreo chaffles. And again, you can find them from Serious Keto Steve on YouTube. I also listen to the Keto Twins and several other people. There's just so many low carb keto recipe maker people. And some are quite famous now. I mean, the Keto Twins are very famous, and you can find them all over YouTube. So this is Linda with the Life Station Express, the relay station. That's the news I'm bringing for you today, and you will find this video on my YouTube channel, Life Station Express, and I will also upload it to and share it on my Food, Faith, and Friends page on Facebook. So everybody have a wonderful day. We've had some rain, and this afternoon it's Wednesday, and now the sun is shining. So it did bring the temperature down a little bit because it was in the 80s, which I don't complain. I like that. But it's really nice now. So I hope you're having an awesome day. God bless you, and take care. And thanks for listening. Okay, this is Linda. Bye bye.